Our next story is from a viewer, the mother of this young woman who wants to share her story to raise awareness about a syndrome that is often misunderstood and difficult to diagnose. Her best friend and daughter, Lisa Ben-Shabbat, had a beautiful smile, but behind it was never-ending pain. And I have to warn you, this story involves the very difficult topic of suicide.
She was so happy. She was such a happy child, and she was full of life and energy and wit, and loved her sister and loved her parents, and it just hit her like a ton of bricks.
And everything changed.
And everything changed.
Lisa Ben-Shabbat wanted to work with children or the elderly. She loved music and had a natural talent for drawing. And she had no training?
She had no training. No, this was just a natural talent that she had.
She was 12 years old when she was diagnosed with interstitial cystitis, otherwise known as Painful Bladder Syndrome. There is no cure. For Lisa, there was no relief.
I remember her telling me many times, people have to know what people are suffering, not just me. So for her, it was like a bowling ball sitting at the base of her bladder.
Constantly?
Constantly, yes, constantly.
Painful bladder syndrome is not common. In fact, despite calling multiple hospitals, we couldn't find a doctor in Toronto to explain it because so few have expertise in it. Lisa had to go to Kitchener for her specialist. The Mayo Clinic describes painful bladder syndrome as a miscommunication between the brain and pelvic nerves, causing people to have to urinate frequently.
They're probably suffering 24/7. It's that bad. They're waking up, they're not sleeping at night, they're getting up to get to the washroom, and sometimes you can't even get to the washroom because they're in so much pain.
Studies show depression is common amongst those who have painful bladder syndrome, and so are suicidal thoughts. Lisa took her life just over a year ago. She was 27.
Profoundly impacted her emotional well-being, very much so. She couldn't pursue her school. I mean, she could, but she was in pain, and she always felt like she was different, that people don't understand what this pain is, so that has a psychological impact on you.
Gail says Lisa wanted her to tell her story, and so she is. It is her mission to let the world know people are suffering in silence, and she hopes to raise awareness and get more doctors trained to know how to help patients with the syndrome. It helps ease her own pain.
Too many people are suffering from this.
Yeah. And the ones who love them suffer too. Now, there is help for anyone suffering and contemplating suicide. The number of the Toronto Distress Centre is on your screen. And it hasn't been easy for Gail to speak publicly. She tells me she's normally quite shy, but she is overcoming that. And this September, we'll be speaking at a conference in Budapest, hoping to drive home the point the pain is real and not just in people's heads.